With all the Star Wars stuff coming out to celebrate the 20th anniversary, it's hard to tell just which gem is going to catch the imagination of collectors and rise above everything else to henceforth be known as cool stuff. Well, right now fans are turning these high-tech frame grabbers, Star Wars film cells, into today's new collectible classic. Willis Design has just released a hand-selected rare set of authentic 70mm film originals from Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. Each film cell is different, so fans can get a one-of-a-kind collectible from one of 4 limited editions, and it all starts by striking a brand new 70mm master print of The Empire Strikes Back.
We took the original negative out of the archives at 20th Century Fox. We ran it through an immersive process to clean it that's called a wet gate. And then we pulled a print, just like a theater would get, a 70mm print. The print's never been projected or run through rollers. It's in pristine quality. And we actually even sent it to 3M to have it coded for archival purposes. So it's the only licensed print that's going to be distributed to the public.
This first series from The Empire Strikes Back includes the Luke Skywalker edition, with Luke as the rebel leader on the ice planet Hoth. The Rebel Alliance edition, featuring the heroes of Star Wars together battling the Empire. The Imperial Attack edition, Darth Vader and the Empire continued their relentless pursuit of Luke Skywalker and Rebel forces. And the Millennium Falcon edition, featuring the Falcon and the crew in their fight to escape the Empire. Okay, I know these Star Wars film cells are cool, but will they stand the test of time?
The Star Wars stuff right now, I mean, with my retail location, is probably the hottest property I have right now. The old stuff, as well as even the new stuff that's coming out. And it will increase as we get closer to the anniversary, like I said, next year.
On the front, each Star Wars original film cell contains a one-of-a-kind 70mm film frame coated with a scratch and static resistant protector, and also a corresponding scene from the film. On the back, there are behind-the-scenes production photos, conceptual artwork by Ralph McQuarrie, character and scene information, a filmography which shows the range of film frames from that particular scene, and a serial number unique to each film cell.
The film on the back is numbered sequentially from the beginning of that pull to the last. So literally you can find which film frame you have that nobody else will ever get.
There's only one frame that exists for that one scene. So that also makes it another, unique collectible, and it is a one-of-a-kind. I think in the aftermarket, these will be a quality investment.
What we do get is collectors that have registered with us, and they know we're coming out with the Empire movie, and they've actually sent us screen captures of what scenes they want.
Because only a limited number of frames from each scene exist, fans may someday start trading with other collectors for their favorite scenes, just like baseball cards. Okay, I'll give you a Millennium Falcon and a Luke Skywalker for Darth Vader,
It's a one-time offer for the collector to get a piece of this film, to have a moment of history that was a shining star in science fiction history.
Star Wars film cells, a great way to say, may the cool stuff be with you, one frame at a time. Series number 1 of the limited edition 70mm collector film cells from Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, available here on Cool Stuff. You'll get all 4 editions, and each captures a unique moment in this incredible film. Your instant collection includes the Luke Skywalker edition, the Rebel Alliance edition, the Imperial Attack edition, and the Millennium Falcon edition. Each design features information about the movie, the scene, and the characters, along with photos and behind-the-scenes artwork. These very special film cells will make a great addition to any Star Wars collection. And remember, this exclusive master print of the movie is the only guaranteed original that will ever be released to the public. So when they're gone for good. Order your collection of Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back film cells now for just $99.95 plus shipping by calling 1-800-700-3060. They'll make a great gift for any fan of Star Wars. Get your hands on a piece of film history today and call now. May 25th, 1997 marks the 20th anniversary of the release of Star Wars. I can hardly wait to see the new special edition of this classic story. Imagine being a part of this grand adventure, a battle of good against evil, and even though the odds aren't in your favor, you have a secret weapon. you have the Force. This, of course, is the thrilling roller coaster ride of Luke Skywalker. Luke lived on the pages of George Lucas's script, but it was brought to life by Mark Hamill in the Star Wars trilogy. Close your eyes and try now to imagine another actor playing the part of Luke. It can't be done. There's only one Luke Skywalker.
After all these years, they still think, I'm, the Ivory Snow Boy or something.
Cool Stuff caught up with Mark at the San Diego Comic-Con to see what he was up to.
Oh gosh, well, a part of it is the fact that my father didn't really approve of them. This was reading material for the slightly hard of understanding. And since we moved every couple of years, I would bond with, if I saw somebody with a comic book, it was a way of, before VCRs, it was also a way of a child to own a story and to be able to rerun it and go back and scrutinize it.
Since Star Wars, he has stretched his creative impulses in every direction. And now Mark has created a comic book anti-hero for the 90s, the Black Pearl.
Black Pearl is not science fiction, it's not fantasy. The original concept was a film. Eric Johnson, who's my first cousin, his father and my mother, brother and sister.
Mark called me one Sunday night and he said, I have this idea I've been thinking about.
We want to see if we could bring about a situation where somebody would actually consider putting on a costume and going out into the night to fight crime a reasonable option, which is ludicrous on the face of it. It's very ironic to me because, a lot of the themes have to do with why comic book sensibility doesn't work in real life.
He insisted that every page have something really exciting to look at, really something interesting.
Basically, when it gets right down to it, we want to tell what the British call a ripping yarn, just a really good story. And I said to Eric, good advice would be aim low, Eric.
Mark and I grew up together, and Mark always had this fabulous imagination. And like, if you go to the beach, you weren't just body surfing, you were shipwreck victims, where you're washed up on a deserted island.
Even in the fantasy, you're dealing with the same themes that we are here. What is a hero? What makes someone heroic?
But one day when we were working on the Black Pearl, I just sort of had this wave, this sensation, where when things are going right and the story's coming together, it really felt like we were 8 years old again and just playing a game.
For Mark Hamill, whether it's a motion picture, a video game, or a comic book, it's all about just one thing.
A good story is a good story, and you go for it wherever you can find it.
For any true fan of Star Wars, Luke Skywalker is the living embodiment of the spirit of this movie, and Mark Hamill will forever be that spirit. Today, it's clear that Mark still has the Force, and as you've just seen, like most Jedi Knights and Johnny Cash, he still dresses in black. If you're a Mark Hamill fan and a fan of Star Wars, Cool Stuff has what you've been waiting for. Celebrate the 20th anniversary of Star Wars with this beautiful photo plaque of Mark Hamill portraying Luke Skywalker in the original movie. As we all know, the movie will soon be re-released with new scenes and a new look. Gee, I can't wait to get my popcorn. Anyway, Star Wars collectibles are as hot now as they have ever been. What makes this a true Cool Stuff collectible is the fact that each photo plaque is signed by Mark Hamill. This is a must for any Star Wars collector and will make a great holiday gift. The Force is with you. Pick up the phone and order now for just $99.95 plus shipping, and this signed Mark Hamill photo plaque can be yours. Order now because this photo plaque is limited to just $995, and they will be going like a Wookiee in a rug factory. Each 12-inch by 15-inch photo plaque comes with a nameplate that contains the limited edition number of that particular Star Wars photo plaque and a certificate of authenticity. Get ready for the Star Wars celebration with a Luke Skywalker photo plaque signed by Mark Hamill. Call 1-800-700-3060 now. Okay, for those of you with short-term memory problems, here's a look back at the cool stuff from this week's show. The Star Wars Empire Strikes Back film cells featuring 4 different editions, and each cell is a one-of-a-kind. Star Wars Empire Strikes Back 70mm film cell collector's boxed set offered exclusively on Cool Stuff. Strictly limited to an edition of just 500, this special set features 4 identically numbered film cells and a special edition Yoda film cell. You get all 5 editions, and each captures a unique moment in this incredible film. Your instant collection includes the Luke Skywalker edition, the Rebel Alliance edition, the Imperial Attack Edition, and the Millennium Falcon Edition, and of course, the little green giant, Yoda. Order your collector's boxed set now by calling 1-800-700-3060. Each design features information about the movie, the scene, and the characters, along with photos and behind-the-scenes artwork. These very special film sales will make a great addition to any Star Wars collection, and you won't find this unique film sale set anywhere else except right here on Cool Stuff. Remember, this exclusive master print of the movie is the only guaranteed original that will ever be released to the public, so when they're gone for good. Order your collector's boxed set of 5 of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back 70mm film sales now for just $129.95 plus shipping. Call 1-800-700-3060. They make a great gift for any fan of Star Wars. Get your hands on a piece of film history today. Call now. With the worldwide release of the Star Wars Special Edition trilogy, fans everywhere are starting to turn their attention to the future and to any information regarding the next totally new Star Wars movie. Well, instead of trading in Star Wars gossip, I thought I'd mark the 20th anniversary with a trip back to the beginning and a conversation with Star Wars conceptual artist Ralph McQuarrie. After being turned down by United Artists and then Universal Studios, George Lucas met with McQuarrie in December of 1974 to discuss a science fiction project. You see, Lucas wanted McQuarrie to bring some of the scenes in the script to life with paintings that he could then show to the studio executives at 20th Century Fox. And of course, the rest is history. Sometimes a picture really is worth 1,000 words.
George's idea seemed very ambitious to me at the time when he brought the script and presented me with the idea of maybe doing these paintings. They just told me, go ahead and read the script, and when you come to something you like that would make a good illustration, we'll make some pencil sketches, and then George would come and see me every couple of weeks and look at what I was doing. He gave me very few words of instruction. He didn't tell me what color to make anything. He just gave me a few general bits of information about what he thought he'd like to see. And as I say, I don't think either one of us thought that these things would be very much like what was actually going to be in the film.
From the Star Wars A New Hope collection comes the Millennium Falcon, a first look at Han Solo's freewheeling speedster, complete with characters positioned as they ended up in the final movie.
The first one I did was 3PO crossing the desert. They just landed in this pod on Tatooine, and 3PO and R2 were coming across the sand and towards you. And I did one of Darth Vader dueling with who I thought might be Luke. The Sandcrawler with the Jawas, and 3PO and R2 were escaping from the Sandcrawler into the moonlit night.
From Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back collection comes the Cloud City of Bespin, one of the galaxy's major trading ports.
We talked about Darth Vader, and I started sketching Breathing Mask, and I came up with one that looked sort of evil. It had a sort of wolf-like turned down nose, and I put some slots in this breathing opening that would look sort of like teeth.
And finally, also from Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back collection comes the Battle of Hoth, a visit to the ice planet with the Imperial AT-ATs and a rebel snowspeeder. Everything from stormtrooper helmets to Han Solo's boots to corridors in the Death Star have been brought to life by Ralph McQuarrie in Star Wars. He went on to work with George Lucas on Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, building more new worlds. At its heart, Star Wars is an adventure story delivered with the speed of Han Solo's Millennium Falcon. Collecting a piece of film history is always fun, but with their Star Wars lithograph collection, Willett's Design has set a new standard with the release of the Millennium Falcon, the Cloud City of Bespin, and now the Battle of Hoth. And hey, check this out, kids. They're all signed by conceptual artist and designer Ralph McQuarrie. From Willis Designs and artist Ralph McQuarrie comes the Star Wars limited edition lithographs. Each lithograph is signed and numbered by artist Ralph McQuarrie and contains a lighted 70mm film cell and an actual movie scene capturing the artist's concept. With an edition size of just 2,500, these Star Wars lithographs will be going fast. So order now by calling 1-800-700-3060. Call now. Each of these concept lithographs come framed and measure 18 inches by 12 inches. This series is a must for any Star Wars collector. McQuarrie's work gave the film and both sequels shape and a visual direction. His work captures the essence of the Star Wars universe, and now you can capture these visionary works of art for yourself. Ralph McQuarrie's work on all three Star Wars adventures is legendary among fans of sci-fi because the paintings help to take the stories to places none of us had ever seen before. Each of the limited edition lithographs is signed by Ralph McQuarrie and can be yours simply by calling 1-800-700-3060. Order yours now, and remember, each lithograph has a different item number, so be sure to note the item that you want when you call. The Millennium Falcon, the Cloud City of Bespin, and the Battle of Hoth. Ralph McQuarrie signed and numbered limited edition lithographs with a lighted 70mm film cell can be yours for just $199.95 each, plus shipping. Just call 1-800-700-3060 and celebrate the 20-year reign of this sci-fi classic today. Joining me now is a collector, Mark Peterson. You've been collecting Star Wars stuff forever, haven't you?
For a few years.
As an old collector, what advice do you have for the new generation?
New collectors basically collect what you enjoy, whether it be the oddities, the action figures, whatever.
Look for the old stuff, but enjoy the new stuff as well.
Have fun with it and
Great.
Enjoy the movies.
Now, if you're a Luke Skywalker fan, don't go anywhere because I've got another great find right here in this box. I've been waiting 20 years for official perfect prop replicas from Star Wars, and now the wait is finally over. It's the Skywalker lightsaber, a numbered and limited edition collectible licensed by Lucasfilm and authenticated by Lucasfilm Archives. Each custom-made Skywalker lightsaber is hand-assembled under the supervision of a team of film industry professionals at Icon's Authentic Replicas. And each lightsaber comes with a registered certificate from Lucasfilm Archives, a museum-quality display case, and a numbered plaque. Just like the original, the Skywalker lightsaber measures 10.5 inches long and weighs in at almost 4 pounds. Limited to an edition size of 10,000, the Skywalker lightsaber is the perfect way to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Star Wars. And now this authentic movie prop replica can be yours for $349.95 plus shipping. Use Hyperspeed to call 1-800-700-3060 to order your lightsaber now. This incredible keepsake collectible is something you will cherish for years and pass on to the next generation of Jedi Knights in your family. Welcome back to Cool Stuff from the Cosmos, your one-stop shopping headquarters for the best in science fiction collectibles. Up next, I've got a great collection of Star Wars artwork in the Star Wars Collector's Portfolio card set. This cool set of 11 by 14-inch photo cards offers a unique look at the different artwork designs for Star Wars. Order your portfolio of 6 photos for just $15.95. Call now. Don't you just love rocket ships? Generation after generation, it seems fans of all ages have always been collecting miniature spaceships. Why? Because they're cool, that's why. For Star Wars fans, models and toys have always been highly sought after, and yet these simple designs haven't changed very much over the last 30 years. Until now. It's the Star Wars X-Wing fighter from Icon's Authentic Replicas.
Each Icon's edition is very limited. With the X-Wings that you see behind us here, we're in the paint department. We're only doing 1,977. Some of our editions will go as high as 10,000 units. But because they're so labor intensive, because they take so much detail, so many man hours, we can't mass produce these items and maintain the quality.
What a lot of people may not realize is that these are actually taken from the originals that were used in Star Wars from Lucasfilm. This is an X-Wing body. We're taking the two halves, we're going to put them together. If you notice, there's some metal pins in here. This is for registration of the wings. These pins will always be in the mold so that every time we pour this particular mold, it'll always be the exact same. This is our polyurethane resin injection system. You mix an A and a B component together, which forms a hard plastic. When it's combined, this is all pre-measured, so the pieces come out perfect every time. Well, almost every time. There you go. If for some reason a little air bubble is trapped anywhere in the body, when we compress it, that high pressure just crushes the little air bubble and it disappears. Oh my God, another beautiful piece. This is an entire X-Wing kit right here. We take it over to the modeling department. These guys will take the piece, they'll clean all the parts, make sure everything is perfect, then they'll mask it off and paint it. A lot of the really intricate detail is all done by hand. You want to be able to see every little decal and every little line on that baby. Over here you've got one of our airbrush artists adding some of the final touches on an X-Wing wing. Each one of these has to be individually hand masked and hand painted. You can see it's a very exacting, time-consuming ordeal, but the quality of the work you get is excellent. All of these sections are individually masked, and then we have an airbrush artist come in and do all this by hand, and all of this pitting that you see here, all of that is done by hand. And one of the guys recreated this one little extra thick piece. We put a stud through it of plexiglass, and that suspends the whole X-Wing. So instead of having it over a piece of plexi, you've got your X-Wing doing a strafing run over the Death Star. I took my camcorder, I've got a little sharp view cam, and I brought it up to one of these X-Wings, and I started swooping around, recreating some of the angles that they did in the movie. And then I looked at it, and it's incredible. I mean, if this thing had a star field behind it, you'd swear that you were in the movie.
It's breathtaking when you see it in person and people come up and say, wow, is that what I think it is? I mean, they know immediately. The X-Wing is so recognizable that as soon as someone sees it, they just gasp.
That's cool. Master prop and miniature makers at Icons present this breathtaking, authentic replica for the first time, the Star Wars X-Wing Fighter Miniature. Extensive research was conducted at the Lucasfilm Archives at Skywalker Ranch, photographing and measuring the original X-Wing movie props. Icons spent 8 painstaking months prototyping this exquisite fine art collectible. Just as Luke Skywalker spent years dreaming of the day he could fly an X-Wing of his very own, now a select few Star Wars fans can own their very own X-Wing miniature. Each miniature X-Wing is displayed flying in forced perspective over an exact replica of a miniature surface portion of the Death Star. Call 1-800-700-3060 to order your Star Wars X-Wing fighter now. It's sure to become the focus of any room you put it in. Made from injected polyurethane, each piece is precision detailed, hand assembled, and custom painted to be an exact replica of an X-Wing miniature used in Star Wars. Even weathering and battle damage are accurately reproduced. The X-Wing measures over 22 inches long and is limited to an edition of 1977, the year Star Wars was released. Your order includes a beautiful museum-quality display case for exhibition. Now this incredible prop replica can be yours for $1,499.95 plus shipping. Call 1-800-700-3060 to order your Star Wars X-Wing fighter today. Hey, if you ever have any questions about any of the products, give us a call at 1-800-700-3060. Now let's take a look back at the cool stuff from this week's show. A very special release of Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back film cells exclusive to Cool Stuff. A set of 3 Star Wars lithographs, each signed by Star Wars conceptual artist Ralph McQuarrie. A Mark Hamill signed photo plaque, the Luke Skywalker lightsaber, the sword that crushed an empire and brought light to the dark side of the Force. The Star Wars Collector's Portfolio photo card set, and the Star Wars X-Wing Fighter authentic movie prop replica. Well, I hope you enjoyed our special look at the cool stuff from the Star Wars universe. You know, I can't wait to see Luke and Leia and Jabba on the big screen again. Of course, there's bound to be a long line at the Galuvian Cineplex. Everyone loves to see a home movie. Well, I'll see you next week. Bye now. When it comes to Star Wars, fans have a pretty strong opinion about their favorite characters. Over the past 5 years, there's one Star Wars character whose popularity has gone into hyperspace, despite the fact that his screen time can be measured in minutes. This sort of attention shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, after all, he is a bounty hunter. That's right, it's Boba Fett, the Empire's masterful skip tracer. Maybe it's time you asked yourself if you suffer from a strange attraction to this quiet bounty hunter, or has your admiration turned into something more serious, a condition called Boba Fettish. To celebrate this notorious Star Wars character, Elusive Concepts has brought Boba Fett to life in the form of a limited edition maquette or sculpture.
I think the popularity for Boba Fett really is the simplicity of the character, of the components that were used. We did everything that was on the original costume, including the little evil tattoo that you see there that represents the bounty hunter that he is. And believe it or not, as crazy as it may be, we had to go, and wherever you see a scratch on here, there'll be a scratch actually on Boba Fett in the movie.
Following the success of their other recent Star Wars sculptures, the release of Boba Fett will certainly fill the void in many Star Wars collections.
I mean, if they're really a Boba Fett fan, this was something that was utilized in the making of the movie, being the maquette portion of it.
This would be a good cornerstone for a collection if you're collecting Boba Fett. And if you see one of these things in person, you're just, I mean, I remember when I first saw one in person, it was just, I was really impressed. I'd seen pictures and they just don't do justice to these.
It took 6 weeks to sculpt Boba Fett using the materials provided by Lucas Archives, and it takes 3 full days to mold, paint, assemble, and finish each piece.
We work on a very close basis with Lucasfilms. And what they've allowed me to do is to go into their archives and actually handle and deal with the original artwork and costumes and maquettes that were used in the 3 Star Wars movies. It gives you chills when you walk through the archives building because you can't believe you're actually seeing the real items that were used to make these great movies.
The key question for fans is, will we ever see Boba Fett again in another Star Wars movie?
Well, I mean, in the movies he was killed off, and then in subsequent comic books, I believe he's been resurrected. He fired up his jetpack and flew back out of the Sarlacc pit that he was thrown into to be devoured over 1,000 years. So he's alive and well in the Star Wars universe.
It's been 13 years since his last appearance, and now at long last you can make Boba Fett the focus of your collection with this incredible lifelike sculpture from Elusive Concepts. The Boba Fett maquette, authentic down to the smallest detail, is based on the reference material provided by Lucasfilm Archives. The 15-inch tall bust, captured in an action pose, towers above other Star Wars toys. Call now to order your bounty hunter at 1-800-700-3060. Mounted on a wood stand with a brass plaque, the Boba Fett maquette comes with a certificate of authenticity from Lucasfilm. 11 separate molds and 18 different hand-painted colors were used to create Boba. Real cloth is used for the cape, wire for the antenna, goat and yak hair for the 3 Wookiee scalps, and plastic tubes for the flamethrower and jetpack. Order your Boba Fett now for just $199.95 plus shipping. Call 1-800-700-3060 and bring Boba home for the 20th anniversary of Star Wars. Each Boba Fett maquette miniature replica was individually reproduced and hand-painted. The latex material provides the most lifelike, natural, and expressionable look and feel. Your hunt is over. Now you can order the Bounty Hunter for your very own for just $199.95 plus shipping. Call now. Star Wars fans have been collecting trading cards since the movie first came out, and now I've got a hold of a unique set of cards that is definitely going to peg the needle right in the cool zone. The Star Wars Commemorative Metal Collector card set features 20 metallic cards from the Return of the Jedi. This fully licensed Star Wars Return of the Jedi set has been produced to the most exacting standards in the industry in order to create a truly unique and treasured collectible. Production of the cards is limited to 49,900 sets with an enclosed numbered certificate of authenticity as your guarantee of legitimacy and collectability. Now you can order this great card set for just $39.95 plus shipping. Call 1-800-700-3060 now. Each card features a unique scene from the Return of the Jedi, and your set includes a metal storage container. Call and order your Star Wars Return of the Jedi collector metal card set now. Not many people can come along and add something to a classic by putting their own spin on the original. Most attempts become quick knockoffs that lack inspiration. 20 years ago, a young art student drove far out of his way to see Star Wars on the day it opened. Just as it did for so many, the visual impact left an indelible mark on the artist and provided him with a lifetime of inspiration into a galaxy far, far away. Today, this artist continues to add to the myth of Star Wars with a breathtaking collection of work. His name is Dave Dorman. Think of him as a Jedi Knight with a paintbrush.
I have been a fan of Star Wars for many, many years. Since the movie came out, the initial movie came out in 1977.
Dave's been working for Dark Horse for years. He's focused primarily on Star Wars material, and rightly so. That's one of his passions and the primary reason why he got into art in the first place.
And since then, it's sort of been a passion for me. I've enjoyed it so much and followed it through the sequels. I can see where Star Wars had a very big influence on me artistically.
In the particular case of Star Wars, what we're generally looking for is someone that can both bring an excellent sense of design to the covers, as well as someone who obviously can get the likenesses right. And when I'm looking for a cover artist, I want someone that can bring both of those qualities to a cover, and Dave is one of the first people I think of when it comes to Star Wars.
This was an opportunity for me to be able to realize these characters from the printed word into visual form, adding new characters to the mythology of Star Wars from the ground up.
Dave has found fans of his Star Wars artwork all over the world, but 20 years after he first saw George Lucas' sci-fi classic, he has found his biggest fan at the center of the Star Wars universe.
George Lucas has first rights to the original art of anything that we produce. I know he doesn't normally take the artists up on that loophole in their contract, but I think for George to own 20 pieces of Dave Dorman's art is indeed a high compliment to Dave and his craft.
With the release of the book Star Wars, The Art of Dave Dorman, fans now have an opportunity to finally enjoy a complete record of his Star Wars catalog. And this is the first time that Dorman's paperback and comic book covers have appeared in their original form as he painted them, without logos, book titles, and other graphic elements.
What I'm doing in the artwork is basically filmmaking, but I'm putting that image onto a board with oil paint instead of capturing it with film. And I consider myself very fortunate that I'm able to do something that I enjoy so much and gives pleasure to other people as well.
More than anyone else right now, he's probably the main portrait painter of the Star Wars universe.
For fans of Star Wars, Dave Dorman captures the essence of this classic battle among the stars like no other artist. And now here's how you can enjoy his Star Wars artwork. First, Cool Stuff presents Star Wars, The Art of Dave Dorman, an impressive collection of all of Dave Dorman's Star Wars-related artwork. This 129-page book reveals the Dorman touch with page after page of Star Wars original art. You can order your copy of Star Wars, The Art of Dave Dorman for just $25.95 plus shipping by calling 1-800-700-3060. Order now, and Cool Stuff has arranged to have your copy signed by Dave Dorman. That's right, a signed copy of The Art of Dave Dorman featuring those incredible Dorman originals, plus sketches, rough drafts, previously unpublished pieces, and behind-the-scenes commentary on the creative challenge Dave faced with each painting. Each page is evidence of Dave's incredible skills at painting an exact likeness of the stars of the movies. Nobody does it better. Order your signed copy now for just $25.95. Call 1-800-700-3060 to bring home a collection of Star Wars art you'll enjoy for years to come. The Art of Dave Dorman makes a great gift for that special Star Wars fan, or order one for yourself. With the re-release of the Star Wars trilogy, The Art of Dave Dorman really is the perfect book to add to your collection. It's very cool stuff. But along with the book, here's your chance to own Legacy of the Jedi, a limited edition print from Dave's collection of art from Star Wars. The Legacy of the Jedi by Dave Dorman is a limited edition print of only 1,500 and is a must for any Star Wars collector. This beautiful print captures the spirit of the Jedi and the battle over the dark side of the Force. Order your print now for the introductory price of just $39.95. Regularly, this print sells for $49.95, but on Cool Stuff, you save $10, and each print is signed and hand-numbered by artist Dave Dorman. Call 1-800-700-3060 to order your print of Legacy of the Jedi now. Young Luke, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, the Death Star, and much, much more in this Dave Dorman limited edition. The print measures 24 by 16.5 inches and is sure to please any Star Wars collector. It's a classic Star Wars with the Dorman touch. Order your signed and numbered limited edition print, Legacy of the Jedi, now for the low introductory price of just $39.95. Or order The Art of Dave Dorman for $25.95, a complete collection of Star Wars artwork also signed by Dave. Welcome back. You know, the pulp fiction of choice for the new generation is comic books. And no comic book company has had more impact lately on this time-tested art form than Dark Horse Comics. Creators of Barbed Wire, Time Cop, Aliens vs. Predator, and The Mask. That was a big one. So when you've mastered the flat page like Dark Horse Comics, there's nowhere to go but up. Pop-up. That's right, Pop-Up. Star Wars Battle of the Bounty Hunters, the world's first all pop-up comic book.
Everyone was very excited about doing a pop-up.
I don't want to spoil any of the story.
There have been pop-up books before, but never a pop-up comic book.
Dark Horse Comics' latest collaboration with Lucasfilm, The Battle of the Bounty Hunters, is the world's first all pop-up comic book. And it's just one piece of the newest Star Wars adventure, Shadows of the Empire.
This is the first comic book done in pop-up format, and whether you're a Star Wars fan or not, it's something you should probably get your hands on.
I think it's a great idea. I think for the small piece of storytelling that it is, it does a really good job.
The novel, Shadows of the Empire, picks up where the movie, The Empire Strikes Back, leaves off. Han Solo is frozen in carbonite. The bounty hunter, Boba Fett, is trying to get him to the notorious Jabba the Hutt, and others are in pursuit. This struggle from the Shadows novel is the story behind the Battle of the Bounty Hunters. But the real story was behind the scenes, where they put it all together.
We went down to Santa Fe and sat at a restaurant and kind of planned our action and planned what would be the most exciting to have happen. The next step was that a layout artist laid out those pages in more detail, fleshed out where our panels would be and what kinds of balloons we would have. Then the illustrator could paint it, and then all of those pieces are assembled into the pop.
So the people at Dark Horse Comics and Lucasfilm were real excited about the way the pop-up book turned out. But what do the fans and the collectors have to say?
Barton? All right, where'd you get it?
That's awesome. You're probably going to want 2 of this one. The collectors are really into this Boba Fett.
I do love the character Boba Fett, but also because I do love the artist as well. I planned on buying this when I first saw it.
I like it. It's a really nice book. I think children like it.
So collectors on Earth agree that the Battle of the Bounty Hunters pop-up comic book is very cool. But what do they think in other parts of the galaxy?
This is glorious.
Great pictures, great story, but I don't recognize any of the characters. Must be a different universe.
Something like this would be very collectible.
Oh, nice.
With the 20th anniversary of Star Wars right around the corner, the Battle of the Bounty Hunters popped up just in time. And now here's how you can get a copy of your very own. Star Wars Battle of the Bounty Hunters is the first all pop-up comic book and a must for even the most casual fan of this enduring classic. Whether you buy it for yourself or for someone else, it's a great addition to any Star Wars collection. So call Cool Stuff now at 1-800-700-3060 to order your copy. Hey, it's a great deal at only $15.95 plus shipping and handling. And as you can see, it's a pop-up book like no other. Get on board with Boba Fett, the notorious bounty hunter, as he travels through hyperspace with his prize hostage, Han Solo. Their destination, Jabba the Hutt. These eye-popping images were created by artist Christopher Moeller with spectacular color, your favorite characters, and an all-new Star Wars adventure from the Shadows of the Empire story. Buy it as a gift or add it to your Star Wars collection, but call Cool Stuff now because at $15.95, these Star Wars Battle of the Bounty Hunter pop-up comic books from Dark Horse will be going fast. After After 20 years, theater audiences are once again mesmerized by the voice of James Earl Jones as the evil Darth Vader. But like those who watched Star Wars for the first time in 1977, many fans today don't realize that the man behind the mask of Vader isn't Jones, but rather British actor David Prowse. This may not be a surprise if you're a real hardcore Star Wars fan, but for those of you who didn't know, now the truth can be told, David Prowse is Darth Vader.
I'm getting a lot more recognition for basically what I did 20 years ago. Oh, fan reaction is absolutely sensational. I went to Kentucky and did in Nashville, and we did an autograph signing session there. I started at midday and finished at 11:30 at night, and it was with non-stop, no breaks. Didn't even have a break to go to the toilet.
Many fans are fascinated by Vader's black outfit, cape, and helmet, and constantly ask Prowse what it was like to work in it all day while filming the movies.
Well, it went on in 15 different pieces and was made from quilted leather and fiberglass and all the rest of it. And the heat from the use of sweat buckets in it, and the heat used to rise up and go up inside the mask. You missed up the eyepieces, and then of course you couldn't see where you were going. And I started to walk, and all of a sudden I'm doing this, you see, and one of the idiot stormtroopers has stood on my cape, you see, behind, and so eventually it breaks at the neck, and I sort of lurch forward without the cape on, and sort of walk into the set and fall over the two stormtroopers who are on the floor, and then of course all the other stormtroopers pile in behind us, and there's this huge great pile of bodies on the floor. So it was amazing.
Fans also ask David why he doesn't sound like Darth Vader.
And people come up to me now and they said, what did you think of the James Earl Jones's voice? I said, well, I think it was absolutely fantastic. And they said, well, do you think you could do the same? And I said, well, this is CNN.
David Prowse has made his mark as Darth Vader, but what does the future of Star Wars have in store for this man behind the mask?
The only things I've heard are that each trilogy is going to concern what happens to the two robots, R2-D2 and C-3PO. They're the only two things which are going to be constant through all three trilogies, because we're obviously going to do 7, 8, 9 eventually. From the reaction that I get everywhere I go, everybody says, are you going to be Darth Vader again? And I said, well, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, I'm just waiting for the call from George.
You've met the man behind the mask of Darth Vader. Now Cool Stuff gives you the chance to get your hands on a piece of Star Wars history with 3 limited edition Darth Vader collectibles, all signed by actor David Prowse. For Star Wars fans who want to make a big impact, this 27 by 41 inch limited edition Darth Vader gold signature poster can be yours for only $59.95 plus shipping. Each poster is signed by David Prowse and is limited to only 2,500 pieces. The striking image of Darth Vader is from movie poster artist extraordinaire Drew Struzan. If you collect poster art, this special edition, signed and numbered by David Prowse, is an incredible value and an incredible collectible. The Darth Vader Gold Signature Collector's Mug is limited to only 5,000 pieces. And again, each one is signed and numbered by David Prowse, the man behind the mask of Darth Vader. Get this piece of Star Wars magic for only $49.95 plus shipping. This signed collector's mug would make a great gift for any Star Wars fan, any sci-fi fan, or any fan of Darth roasted coffee. Order your Darth Vader Gold Signature Collector's Mug now. The limited edition gold signature helmet has been carefully sculpted to give the appearance of the original helmet used in the Star Wars trilogy. This design has been officially approved for its authenticity and quality by Lucasfilm Limited. These are part of a limited edition of just 500 helmets signed and numbered in gold by David Prowse. The helmets are made of a durable hard plastic and can actually be worn by the collector. And each comes with an acrylic case with mirror back for display purposes. This Star Pick of the Week is a great deal for fans of Darth Vader at only $169.95 plus shipping. However, if you order now, the Darth Vader helmet signed by actor David Prowse and limited to an edition of only 500 can be yours for 3 easy payments of just $56.65 each plus shipping. That's the Cool Stuff Easy Pay system, and we're offering it to you only for my Star Pick of the Week. The Darth Vader Gold Signature Helmet with display case. Call now. Star Wars. Where would it be without the amazing designs of conceptual artist Ralph McQuarrie? You know, it's possible it would have never been made without McQuarrie's unique ability to bring George Lucas's vision to life with artwork. That's right, life without Star Wars. Think about it. Metallic Impressions presents Star Wars, The Art of Ralph McQuarrie, and a collection of 20 all-metal collector's cards. Manufactured to exacting standards, these unique metal cards are fast becoming a hot new collectible that will endure over time. In 1975, Ralph McQuarrie was hired by George Lucas to create production designs for a new film project known then as The Star Wars. This collection is a great tribute to McQuarrie's masterful illustrations that Lucas used to set the visual tone for the movie. The backside features key information about each design. Limited to 12,000 sets, this collection is perfect for any Star Wars fan at just $69.95 plus shipping. How do I know it's perfect? Well, on Cool Stuff, your Star Wars, The Art of Ralph McQuarrie special box set will be signed by artist Ralph McQuarrie. Now that's cool. Call Cool Stuff at 1-800-700-3060 and order your signed set of Star Wars metal cards now. Artist Mario Chiodo of Elusive Concepts first touched a nerve with collectors with a perfect replica of Yoda. That replica recently sold out and now is selling for twice the original asking price. Elusive Concepts now presents a truly unbelievable Star Wars collectible. From The Empire Strikes Back, it's Han Solo frozen in carbonite, and get this, it's a full-size cast of the original prop featuring Harrison Ford. Boba Fett already had his chance, now here's yours.
That's the actual mold that was used in the final two movies of the Star Wars trilogy.
That mold no longer exists, but Elusive Originals and Mario Chiodo went and took a mold off the original, which makes it just as valid and just as close to the original as you can get.
The mold was obtained in the Lucas archives, and it was entrenched in wooden boxes that had been sitting there since it was last used in 1981, I believe.
This is about the closest you're going to get to a real prop. There were only 2 of the Han Solo in carbonites made for filming, and both of those reside in Lucasfilm archives, and they will till the end of time. The way they made the prop for Han Solo in carbonite was that they cast Harrison Ford's face and then utilized that along with a body casting of the hands reaching up and the chest all pumped up and so forth as if he's screaming.
And then once they did that, they made a positive and covered it in clay and sculpted the surrounding scene around it.
And then created a mold and then made the actual props from that mold.
And this is replicating the authentic prop, which allows the consumer to have a piece of the movie.
Owning a prop from the film is always sort of an unattainable dream for fans. Well, now with these exact recreations, it's no longer unattainable. Fans can have a piece of the movie.
Imagine another 20 years from now when Star Wars is re-released and you've got Han Solo frozen in carbonite. It's not just a prop replica, it's also a fine art contemporary sculpture featuring the likeness of Harrison Ford. This frozen Han Solo raises the Cool Stuff bar to a whole new level, and here's how you can get one for your very own. This life-size reproduction is made from the original mold, cast from the actor Harrison Ford. Capturing the moment Han Solo is frozen in carbonite on the Cloud City of Bespin and his return to the vile gangster Jabba on Tatooine. Limited to only 2,500 pieces by Lucasfilms and Elusive Concepts, this limited edition perfect prop replica will surely sell out quickly. Call 1-800-700-3060 to reserve your copy today. Weighing in at nearly 70 pounds and measuring 84 inches tall, Han Solo in carbonite is made from the actual positive mold and constructed out of fiberglass just like the original. For just $1349.95 plus shipping, you can be one of only 2,500 lucky collectors to own a piece of this movie classic. Elusive Concepts' painstaking attention to detail takes 4 skilled artisans 1 week to complete a single piece. Han Solo frozen in carbonite can lie flat or be wall mounted. Call 1-800-700-3060 to capture Han Solo before another bounty hunter beats you to it. Call now and bring Han home in time for the spring thaw.